Mr. Brown here, and welcome to part 2 of the MCAS review video. So you're going to notice this is the other side of the paper. This is, the first side was day 6. Now this is a little bit strange because instead of the other side of the paper being day 7, it's actually day 9. I just like this one better. That's why it doesn't go from 6 to 7. That's why it goes from day 6 to day 9. So that's okay. So make sure that you are looking at this side of the paper. And so let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? We will take this one at a time. And again, as I often say, pause the video as many times as you need to, because I'm just going to keep going from one to the other. So you pause that video and rewatch little chunks if you need to, and you do what you need to do. So for the very first one right here, it says, for each number in the table, select the box for any multiple that describes the number. Well, what does that really mean, Mr. Brown? It means this. This is a 24. Is 24 a multiple of 6? In other words, if you skip count by 6, will you eventually get 24? Or can you multiply 6 by something else and get 24? If the answer is yes, put a little X or a check mark there. If the answer is no, you do nothing to that box. That's what we're doing here, okay? Same with this right here, multiple of 8. Is 24 a multiple of 8? Can you skip count by 8 and eventually get 24? Or is 8 times something 24? If the answer to that is yes, check it off. If not, leave it alone, okay? So you do that for the numbers 24, 32, and 42, okay? So answer those questions. Is 32 a multiple of 6? Yes or no? Is it a multiple of 8? Yes or no? And the same with 42. So you could pause the video right there and check off or not check off what you think it needs to be done. Okay, for the next one, an angle turns 1/4 of a circle. Well, we've done this, we did this many times, right? Remember we use a circular protractor and I would have you draw a line this way and draw a line that way, right? And then label the numbers, each one. So we did this lots and lots of times. So if you were to turn it 1/4, like from here to here, or here to here, or here to here, or here to here, that's 1/4 of a turn, right? What is the measure? How many degrees would you be turning from here to here or here to here? Which one of these, A, B, C, or D? Okay, again, we've done this lots and lots of times. And if you want to draw this out, you certainly can. If you want to label it, go ahead too. If that helps you, absolutely. So pause the video and think about that and answer that question now. This next one is a number pattern, and the rule for this list of numbers is subtract 3, then add 7. You've got to do them in that order. For example, 128, if you add 3, and yeah, I would like you to put a little +3 there, then you get I apologize. Whoops. It's subtract 3, put a little minus right there, and then you will get 125. 125, if you add 7, yes, I want you to put a little +7 there. You go from 125 to 132. And then if you subtract 3, so you get the idea, you go from 132 to 129. I want you to continue this pattern. Put a little +7, then you can write the numbers there. I mean, you're eventually going to have to write them down here. What are the next 5 numbers in the pattern? The next 5 numbers. So keep doing that. Start with 129, add 7, boom. Subtract 3, boom. Add 7, boom. You get the idea. Do that for the next 5. If you need to rewind this, oh gosh, rewind. Look how old I sound. Rewind. If you want to go back in this video and listen to me explain that again, you certainly can go ahead and do that. But that's what you need to do. What are the next 5 numbers in her pattern following this? And again, make these marks. Show your work. That's a really good idea. Weaver Trucking needs to ship this many, 8,392 pounds of material using 4 trucks. If they divide the material, I mean, they're literally telling you what to do. If they divide the material evenly, I mean, come on, folks, amongst 4 trucks. So for something like this, there's not really tons and tons of room here. It might be a better idea in my mind is to get your grid paper and to actually set up the bracket on this, okay? You're gonna have a 4-digit dividend, 8,392. No, I'm not gonna put my comma because this is a dividend and it doesn't really make any difference if it's there. Divided by 4. Again, I'm not gonna go through this whole thing with you. This is your job to do. But you will start off by covering up these and say, hey, can a 4 go into an 8? How many times? Yes or no. Then find, multiply, subtract, bring down, find, subtract, bring down, find, multiply, subtract, bring down, like we usually do. So this is up to you. And then I would like you to transfer your answer from up here onto this piece of paper. That would be good. So because tomorrow I'm going to be taking a look at this, okay? I mean, I'd still like to take a look at your grid paper, by the way, but this is where the final quotient, the answer from the top needs to go, is to right here, okay? So pause the video for as long as you need to, and please do that, okay? Next, we have this one. Select the correct answer based on the picture. Well, we know that this is 2 out of 3, or 2/3. And we know that this is divided into 6, right? And one of them is shaded in. You cannot subtract these, right? You need to do something. Boy, is my handwriting sloppy right now. I don't know what's going on. So please be nice and neater than Mr. Brown is. This is horrible. Yeah, nice and neat, Mr. Brown. Come on, there we go. That's a little better. So please, you cannot add with unlike denominators. One of them needs to change. So we've done this many, many times, okay? Change them to make them both the same number. Then you can get your answer, okay? So we should know how to do that. We should know which one of these to change, okay? And which one of them to say, we need to change them to like denominators. So do that. And then one of these answers will suddenly make sense because we can't do it the way that it is right now. Which of the following comparisons is not correct? Well, with all of these, this one, and this one, you can make them the same denominator, okay? So like for 2/5 and 10ths, you can change them both to tenths. For 1/3 and 6ths, you can change them both to 6. You can change these both to 8ths. We should know how to do that, okay? Use multiplication to make them the same. Make these both tenths, make these both 6, make these both 8ths. This one is the only one that maybe we can't really do that. Is this one true? Well, we can't change a 5 into a 2 or a 2 into a 5. Technically, we could change them both into a 10, which we could do by doing that. Okay, so that's my advice for A. But once you get all of these the same, take a look at the greater than, less than, greater than, less than, and see, okay, which one of these is wrong? But you've got to change them to like denominators first. Okay, you've got to, otherwise you're comparing apples and oranges. All right, so make sure you do that, please, okay? Yes, you could say, hey, I know about benchmark fractions. That's fine. I'm just saying that this is one method of doing it that could work for a lot of people. If you know your benchmark fractions or you know those tricks, because I taught you a lot, then use those too. That's fine. And there's not much to say about this one, right? Circle the obtuse triangle. Think back to what an obtuse angle is and circle the triangle that has that angle in it. Okay? So that is the day 9 page. Again, as I've said many, many times, go back, review. If you need to, there's a certain section that you were like, boy, I just didn't get what he was talking about. Go back in the video to that point and do what you need to do. I will be collecting this, so make sure your name is either on this side or the day 6 side, because I will be collecting this. I'm also going to be collecting this, so make sure that that's all together and nice and neat, and when you are done, you will hand that into the adult who is in charge, and that's it. All right, so have a wonderfully fantastic day, everybody. Bye-bye.